In this lesson, we will be learning how to compare decimal numbers. Before we compare decimals, it is important that we recognize decimals around us in our own lives. Looking at the two examples below, we see a gas station. A gas station has the cost of a gallon of gas. In this example, the cost of 1 gallon is $3.99, or $3.99. Another example is a pop can. A pop can has 16.9 ounces per container. Now that we've talked about decimals, look around you and see if you can find 2 or 3 objects that have a decimal on them. Now that we have recognized where we see decimals in our own life, it is important that we now understand how to put decimals in the correct order from least to greatest and greatest to least. The 3 numbers that we have on the screen are 0.579, 0.571, and 0.436. Moving these numbers so they are right on top of each other, we are more easily able to see how these numbers line up together. Following our main rule of always go left to right, we start at the left side and notice the first numbers. My first observation is that 0.436 is the smallest number because it begins with a 4 when the others begin with a 5. Secondly, we have the next 2 numbers, 0.571 and 0.579. This middle row here is the same, so I still follow my rule and move from left to right to the final row. I notice that 9 is bigger than 1, so obviously 0.579 will be the greatest number, while 0.571 will be right in the middle. Now that we have a better understanding of how to order decimals, let us try one more problem. The 4 numbers we have are 0.56, 0.45, 0.70, and 0.48. Just like last time, we are going to stack the numbers on top of each other so we can see a better picture of what numbers we actually have. Looking at our first row, we are noticing that there are 2 4s, a 5, and a 7. Knowing that the 4s are the lowest, I'm going to pull those over to the left side. But I know the 7 is the greatest, and the 5 is right in front of it. Looking at the 2 numbers we have left, we need to decide, is this one bigger or is this one? Well, as we know, we always look back to our number 1 rule. Always go left to right. Looking at our 2 remaining numbers, we see that we have 0.45 and 0.48. Looking at our second number, we see that 5 is smaller than 8. The correct order would be 0.45, 0.48, 0.56, and 0.70. I hope you enjoyed working with decimals and learning how to put decimals from least to greatest.